Wanted to become a leader. We have a project later on. Oh, I wish I will become a leader. I wish I will become a leader. Grace, your leader will be Janet. What a big sigh. What master of the day? Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and to our lovely guests. Growing up, since I was on my elementary years, I am a very competitive kind of person. But I am not vocal. It is just from the inside. I wanted to compete for my own growth. But then, I haven't done any leadership skills. The teachers, my teachers, they never given me any projects to become a leader. But perhaps I'm having this lackluster attitude. You didn't see any potentials in me. Rather than beating myself down, I try to find ways to improve myself over the years. Until I end up on my secondary level, wherein I am much more capable and I am able to join in leadership skills or leadership tasks with all our fellow classmates. And I want to share with you one specific task that I did just this recent year. It was last year of December 2020. When I joined this organization, International Marketing Group, I never knew what it is at first, but it excites me. I know that I can gain a lot from here. It's not just about financial education, but it's all about leadership. It's all about the value of becoming a leader, of who you can be as you're growing up, as you mature as an adult. Then, our SEVC, she told us we're gonna have a performance in our Dragon team. Who would like to lead the team? And deep inside me, I was craving to become one. I was craving to ask myself, can I have that role, please? I can remember, yes, I did present myself to become a leader. Then we created a team. We asked volunteers, of course. And luckily, a lot of our teammates in the B1 team offered their talents and skills to make this presentation a very efficient and effective one. And of course, the target is to become the winner. Of course, you don't want to lead and to become a loser, right? So then, we make a goal setting. As we create a goal setting, you make it sure that it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's timely, and most specifically, it's relevant. Since it was December and it was Christmas, and of course, we are not meeting physically, we're on a virtual world. How can you lead a team on a virtual world? All you have to do is just to, assign delegates, tasks. So we try to find out who is capable of doing which task best. And luckily, all of these people in our team are very good on what we do. Someone needs to do the editing. Someone needs to do the video recording. Someone needs to participate on doing certain tasks. And that's what we do. We individually do what we need to do. And then time after time, we update each other. I told them that, of course, our target is to win. But then, we shouldn't forget the real focus of this presentation, and that is to emphasize the relevance of this presentation with regards to who we are in the financial education and the timely relevance that it is Christmas. So we have this brainstorming at first, And then we create the presentation bit by bit until every single puzzle tucked in and become a full picture of it. So every single time, everybody gives feedback of how they've been going through the process of doing their individual tasks. Then we give time frame because we'll be given 2 weeks just to create a certain program or presentation to present. Then the time is very constrained, but we don't want to become a lackluster in the event time. We want it to become the best among the best. So time after time, we spoke to each other. We had this meeting online and see how everything goes on. And then when things comes into perfection and everything got so excited, and suddenly the biggest day comes in, the presentation day, the program itself, and everyone is just so chill, like there's so much butterflies in your tummies coming out, and even if you're too far from each other, miles away from each other, you can figure out the excitement of everyone's faces, knowing that we are presenting a very beautiful piece for that presentation alone. Then the program there, and it's time for our presentation. And yes, we made it, the team made it. You see, becoming a good leader is not just sitting around boosting yourself to your team, but rather become a servant yourself as well. Lead your team as you are. Lead your team listening. Lead your team with trust. Trusting them with wherever they are, whatever they've been doing, and trusting their capacity that they can do it. And that's what I've done. That's what I did. That's what I imparted with the team. And of course, being optimistic and enthusiastic of doing and leading the team, that creates joyful team leading. So in the end of this program, we got the #1 spot. The IMGB1 team won that presentation, and everyone was so delighted and very joyous with regards to this winner attainment for the B1 team. Mr. Toastmaster.
We are now on Darren Beats, streaming via Facebook Live. I was reaching out to my Facebook friends, even though I wasn't able to see them. Broadcasting, telling them the truth that I am still alive and kicking. That in spite of our battles through the years of difficulties, we can still find happiness within us. The time out on the hectic schedules to see the beautiful and a bigger world around us. To slow down and smell the roses. My fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever experienced a live streaming via Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok? My friend George and I had an early morning walk on the beach on the 4th Saturday of July. The air was crisp. The sun peeked out over the waves. The tiny rays of the sun on sparkling undulations of the sea. The perfume of the bright pink flowers of bougainvilleas nearby mingled with the smell of the sea. A flock of birds on the trees were chirping, but there was silence within the noisy surroundings. I decided filming live, and while I was showing spectacular sceneries, some of my friends conveying their emotional icons, emoticons of love, thumbs up, care, and wows were overflowing. Some were just sharing their comments. My fellow Toastmasters, do you agree that through your virtual stories and posted messages, we can learn our own as well as other communication styles? I made my own discovery that Facebook Live and my picture, together with my best evaluator certificate, had the most number of engagement. Other than this, the picture, the video clips, and the plain text seem to be useless messages. Why? What's wrong with those messages? Toastmaster led me to the path of truthfulness, the path to understand the AIDS or AIDS of communication style: analytical, initiating, direct, and supporting. On my level 2 project, my answers on the 12 multiple choice questions pointed out that I am an initiating communicator. Indeed, as an initiating communicator, communicators, we value initiating, communicating, and interacting with others. We provide others to express their feelings and opinions, to create a friendly and non-threatening environment. This description brought me to a particular situation last month when I was assigned to preside our department's bi-monthly meeting. I usually started discussing topics of general interest to create an amiable atmosphere. Despite of different views and opinions, understanding their communication styles helped me to establish an effective relationship. A matter of fact, each meeting finishes on time with a productive and promising outcome. My fellow Toastmasters, knowing your communication style is a path for a greater public speaker. It is a path for being comfortable speaking who you are and reaching out with others. Consequently, in reaching out, there is happiness. There is a sense of fulfillment and extols the virtue of social connectivity. No matter what type of communication, no matter what styles of communication, and no matter what situations, in-person communication, digital or virtual. For my social media friends, allow me to identify your communication style based on the emotional icons. For angry and sad faces, you are an analytical communicator. For wahaha and wow emoticons, you are an initiating communicator. For thumbs and like, you are a direct communicator. And for care and heart, you are a supportive communicator. Good afternoon, world. Good afternoon, Saudi Arabia. We are now live on the IMGB1 Toastmaster Club. My fellow Toastmaster, grab your phone, give a thumbs up, and reach out. Toastmaster of the day.
To my fellow Toastmasters and guests, Salam alaikum and good afternoon. Retention is the most, or I could say the single most important thing for growth. Basically, I'm not presenting here how I was able to grow my family having 6 kids and was able to retain them. But today, allow me to present to you, to the fellow members of Toastmasters in general, and specifically, I'm presenting this proposal on how we can really retain members and able to grow in numbers in Toastmastering. We believe Toastmaster is a great environment. But the question is, why it's very hard for us to retain members? Why it's very hard for us to invite members or guests to attend a membership meeting? We said that we are here to empower, to develop communication leadership skills. Why still people, I could say, doesn't want to sharpen their skills? That's why this afternoon, may I request our Vice President for Membership to turn on this camera as I'm presenting to you some tips, or I could say some information how we can able to increase and retain membership. May I request our Vice President for Membership to turn on your camera as if I'm talking to you and presenting this proposal. Toastmaster Herman, are you there? Good afternoon once again, Toastmaster Herman. Truly, building and maintaining clubs membership is important, at the same time challenging. Do you agree with that, Toastmaster Herman? Having a healthy club membership, we should be at least 20 members. But you can observe now how many members are attending our club meetings. I will share with you some of things that we can able to increase club membership. First, I would suggest we could able to have or conduct a membership drive. And then, we're able to recruit members from all available resources. We can do Facebook, visiting their offices, okay? And other things, as I said, through Facebook, we can publicize our club. We can able to post anything about Toastmasters. We can do it regularly, either daily, we can do it weekly. And then, the other thing is to provide useful materials. A lot of materials available in our website. And of course, especially if we have guests, we should able to greet them warmly so that they will feel that they are welcome. And also, we'll make sure to follow up, and as well as we can conduct new member induction ceremony, as well as develop a new membership orientation. In addition to that, we can able to have what we call implementing a mentor program, as well as, to have this retention word, should able to evaluate the interests of our members. And also, the last thing is analyze the reason for missed meetings. From this point, I would like to give some important points that I could say to increase or to retain members. First among those is make sure to follow up. I keep on saying this, sharing this, when we able to write all those people whom we want to attend Toastmasters meeting, we invite them and then let them attend our meeting, but does not end by attending the meeting. We should able to make follow up with them. As I shared with you, Toastmaster Herman, I shared with you the benefits, the membership benefits. Hoping those membership benefits that I shared with you, you've been able to share with people whom you think needs Toastmaster. And also, it's very important to have this follow-up because sometimes they are just waiting for our call. Sometimes they are afraid because they believe that Toastmasters are for great communicator, but they missed out because no one explained to them what's the purpose of Toastmaster. Toastmaster is a laboratory. As we said, because we are lacking ability, or we called it lackluster. That's why this platform is a good opportunity and the best platform to develop our communication leadership skills. The other point that I want to share with you, Toastmaster Herman, as our Vice President Communication membership, together with the Vice President of Education, our club should conduct what we call this or implement a mentor program, especially for new members. In coordination with our Vice President for Education, we should able to, I believe we assign you a new member a mentor, but the thing is to follow up how the member or the mentor is making follow up to the new member. Is he or she guiding the new member? The seasoned member should able to train the new member or the members of Toastmasters. That's why I share this to you, because it's very important so that people can see the benefit, get able to really sharpen our soul, able to make the best as a communicator and leader. And before ending, I would like to, in the proposal, I want to have this point. As Toastmasters, we have different field. I believe we can able to ask our members, check or evaluate their interests, what topic they want to have in our Toastmastering. We can discuss during your XCOM that among the members or new members, they are interested to have this topic so that we can have more educational topics about this. And I believe with this, able to retain members. And also, the last but not the least, for those missed meetings for those members, you can call them, ask them what's the reason why they missed the meeting, and you can present to the XCOM, maybe the timing, maybe they are busy, can do some adjustments. Other than that, with all these things I mentioned, this proposal, I believe we can able to grow, we can able to retain more members. And so all of us here, let's invite more guests. Let's show to the world how Toastmasters changed our life, and hopefully they will change their life to Toastmasters, because as Stephen Covey once said in the 7 Habits, we should continuing sharpening our soul. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. Toastmaster wants to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills, to effectively think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. This helps us develop the 4 vital communication skills, which are listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking or delivery. Today, I'll be showing quotes related to our theme today, which is Sharpen the Saw. Sharpen the Saw is the 7th habit in the book written by Stephen Covey, which is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. According to Covey, sharpening the saw only means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, which is you. Okay, now let's proceed to our first table topic. We must never be too busy to take time to sharpen the saw. Again, we must never be too busy to take time to sharpen the saw. To explain this quote, may I call on Toastmaster June Arreglo for this quote, please?
Oh, thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Madam Table Topic Master. We must never be too busy to take time to sharpen the saw. Yes, that is exactly everyone needs to do. Yes, we might have different schedules. We might have different undertakings in life. We might have different endeavors in this life. We have our personal undertakings, we have our professional undertakings, and many more. But we should not forget our own self. We need to sharpen our saw. We have our skills, we have our God-given talents, and we should be able to enhance, we should be able to develop these skills, these talents. Because by developing our own talents, by developing our own skills, we will be of essence, we will be of importance to others. We will be able to help many people if we're going to enhance, we're going to develop our talents and skills. So no matter how busy we are in life, we must not forget that each one of us is unique. Unique because we're created in the image of God. Unique because we are given special talents for us to be able to share this with our fellow men. So again, no matter how busy we are in this life, we have our own special skills for us to be able to develop them and share that with the people of this world. Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, PM June Areglo. So now, let's move on to our second topic. Prove yourself to yourself, not others. Again, prove yourself to yourself, not others. For this quote, let me call on Toastmaster Vicky Ginto.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It is a very challenging quote, given to us by Toast Table Topic Master Maribel Carbonell. Prove yourself to yourself, not to others. No, majority of people would like to impress others, right? Do you believe that most of us would like to impress people? And sometimes these people whom we don't like, right? As for me, I always believe that what I do, it's not for everyone's, for me to impress people, but whatever I do in my life, being a mom, being a wife, being a servant leader, being a servant leader, being a servant of God, no, I'll do this, all of this, for myself and not for others. Example is in the teaching profession. Even if no one or seldom has given value of the work I do in my work, but I still believe I am doing my best, not because they are my boss or they are my superiors, but I believe I'll do that because it's the role, the responsibilities to inculcate how to become leaders or mentors or educators of these young children. So I don't do things just to let people know that I am doing this and I'm doing that. No? What I do in my life is for myself, for the glory of God, and for the people whom I love the most. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much for that great speech, Miss TM Victoria Ginto. So now, we'll move on to our third quote. Your greatest responsibility is to love yourself and to know you are enough. Again, your greatest responsibility is to love yourself and to know you are enough. So for this quote, let me invite Toastmaster Maria Jasmine Consolacion. Toastmaster Jasmine Consolacion.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maribel. I believe that what is my your greatest responsibility is to love yourself, to know you are enough. Yes, it is true that we need to love yourself. We need to love ourselves in order to us to know who we are. And by that quotation, what we are doing our best. We are doing our responsibility to help others and to our family. And it is for me, if we will do our best, that is enough for us to be the greatest person that we are. So we need to we need to practice ourselves, that we need to know what is our responsibility as a mother, as a person, and towards each other. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Maribel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasmine. And then for our next topic, next quote, is believe what your heart tells you, not what others say. Believe what your heart tells you, not what others say. So for this quote, let me call on our guest, Toastmaster, Miss Alia Malabanan, to explain this.
We would say, himala. When a person is succeeding in his or her profession, we would say, swerte lang yan. Table topics master, fellow Toastmasters and my fellow guests. Let me tell you a story of how I became the unlucky lucky girl. It was a normal afternoon of June. I was walking inside the mall, and then there I see a lottery place, and then I tend to remember my lucky numbers, because you see, as a 21-year-old girl, I've always tried lottery. I've always tried my luck because I believe that someday I will be an instant millionaire. And then upon entering my lucky numbers, 15, 13, 28, 27, 21. And then I called my best friend and asked her if my numbers are okay. And then do you know what she told me? She told me, 21? Sounds a disappointment. Try 31. And I told her, but that's like my birthday, June 21. And still, I changed it for the sake of my best friend. And the day came the announcement of winners. 15, 28, 27, 21. I lost it. And that's when I became the unlucky lucky girl. If I had believed myself, my intuition, I could have been the instant millionaire. And therefore I say, my fellow Toastmasters, always believe what your heart and your intuition says to you. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Miss Alia Malabanan, for that speech. Okay, so now let's proceed to the last quote. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. Again, love yourself first, and everything else falls into line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. So for this quote and table topic, may we call back our guest, Miss Tracy Ginto, to explain.
Hello, good afternoon and good evening. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. So every morning when I wake up, usually we open Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we see random posts from strangers, from friends, from relatives. And we don't know, sometimes these people seek validation on social media. You know why? whenever you go to Instagram, even if you don't follow the person, your feed get recommendations from posts from fitness enthusiasts, celebrities, may it be local or foreign celebrities. But then sometimes people, especially in our age, we seek validation on what we see on social media. We follow trends, we follow all the things that can happen, especially now on different platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But then at the end of the day, it's ourselves that we have, right? So sometimes when we think about it, loving ourselves first becomes the last thing we think about when we enter the world of social media. So sometimes we have to tell ourselves that social media is just a platform. It shouldn't be the platform that we will, it's not something that we should seek validation from. Loving ourselves first should come from within. We have to look at ourselves, look at our talents, our capabilities, look at the things we could do in this world. In that way, we can love ourselves first so that everything will fall into place. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much to our guest, Ms. Tracy Quinto. So that ends our table topics for today. So to conclude, we must not entertain the lackluster habit, for it will greatly affect our goals in sharpening the saw of our dreams. Okay, so I would like to thank all of our table topic speakers for today.
Thank you once again, Toastmaster of the Day. Now, to conserve time as our evaluators have an appointment, let me go straight and welcoming our evaluator number 1, distinguished Toastmaster Joey Villanueva, to evaluate the speech given by Toastmaster Grace. Distinguished Toastmaster Joey.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and our speaker, Madam Toastmaster Grace. Full of energy. There is no lackluster moment in the performance of our speaker. And that's what I wanted always to see and hear. Because here, when you are going to be the speaker, you are always with the thermostat. You're going to make sure that you're the button that will let the audience fly high or they're going to slam down. In the case of Toastmaster Grace, she is always full of energy. And that is something that she should always put on and wear that very good smile. I also admire Toastmaster Grace because the example of team leadership that she shared to us today is about IMG. Remember the reason why we are here in Toastmaster? Because of IMG. So there should be connection. You should not be letting to see and find and look for some other topics, because the topics that is very near to our heart is IMG. So why not use all the experience, the hardship, the drama, the action that we have in IMG in order that we should be true to the very purpose why we have a Toastmasters. So I love that team leadership that she shared to us. And of course, I am very proud that because of that performance, we become number 1 in the contest during that particular time. So that is something that we are going to remember. I don't have the problem of the way Toastmaster Grace also is delivering speeches, because she always very clear. She talked clearly. My problem is only the connection. I saw and I heard, and some of the messages, story that Toastmaster Grace shared to us, although I know the story, I was there with the story, but I could not hear it yes, it's not her fault because it is the connection. But I believe we're going to consider also, no, that the connection, because how good is the story, what is the lesson that we're going to learn from it. But if we could not understand it because of the connection, then it will not also be good and it will not matter at all. So other than the connection, I believe that this time, Toastmaster Grace understood the project, delivered the project, and I like the project. So what I could say is that continue doing this, Toastmaster Grace, because I believe that you are now understanding what we wanted to do here in Toastmaster, and you know also how Toastmaster is going to help you. And I say, well, we need more energy and we need more of your story. Congratulations and good luck. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Joey Villanueva. So, Toastmaster Grace really selected a good topic that everyone could relate. She is full of energy and she really nailed it with her project for that day. Thank you very much. Now let us proceed to our second evaluator, no other than distinguished Toastmaster Tess Villanueva to evaluate Toastmaster Herman. Distinguished Toastmaster Tess.
Madam General Evaluator, our speaker, Toastmaster Herman. Thank you for reaching out to us today and let us understand on the kind of communicator you are. And with that kind of confidence level, with the use of the metaphor, with that energy that you could not find in him the first time that he delivered this speech, you really had gone too far, Mr. Speaker. And with that, join me in giving a virtual round of applause to our speaker, Toastmaster Herman. The first that I like every time that our speaker is delivering a speech is the simple title of his speech. Do you notice that he is that type of speaker who always use a 2 to 3 word title of a speech? For this afternoon, very simple title, Reach Out. But it entails a lot of definition. Secondly, the confidence level. I could not feel the nervousness every time I heard him speak. Do you agree with me? That confidence level that I was not able to see when he first delivered his speech. I know that he is a soft-spoken person, but Toastmaster did a great job in transforming him to be one of our best speakers one day. And I can confidently say that he is there at that moment. The use of metaphor. Have you noticed the kind of speeches that he is delivering? I like this statement when he said the flock of birds chirping, but there was silence in the noisy surrounding. There are a lot of sentences but it's of course hard for us to follow and it's hard for us to reiterate. But the use of metaphor every time he delivers his speech is that one thing that I love in his organization. Going to the organization of the speech, you can see that there was an opening, that there was a body, that there was a conclusion. He opened his speech by saying, "Good morning. We are on the live streaming in Facebook." And then after that one, he went to his friend going to the Corniche. And then in there, he already used metaphor that he wanted to use. And of course, the last one, I will reiterate. That confidence, Mr. Speaker, is that what make you in here right now to be among the best speakers that B1 can have. And with that, of course, the President is so proud of you and keep on smiling and keep on laughing. But of course, in every speeches, there are rooms for improvement. If you are going to notice, you have that kind of mannerism wherein if you hold on something,
you will hold onto it until the last of your speech. Like I saw you holding your cell phone until the last of your speech. Generally, we should not, because of course you did not, it doesn't have any purpose in delivering your speech. So after you use that one in your opening, I suggest you put it down. However, this is what we call that kind of mannerism that we wanted to hold on something, sometimes to hold on our hostness. The second, that in my opinion, it could have been better if the view your speech, your head is cut off until in here, and sometimes see the impact of your hand gesture because it's not that visible to 300 degrees. So I suggest that before you deliver your speech or before you open your camera, you try virtual background on how good looks you are, because you are a very good looking one. So we wanted to see the totality of you, even the strand of your hair. That's the second one. So let's, in my opinion, let's have the view of yourselves before you deliver your speech. And I believe this is a communication style. But in part of the speech, there is in there that we try to define what kind of communicator we are. Generally, in this speech project, in my opinion, we are not defining what kind of communicator we are. Like when you define that you are an initiating communicator, I believe if I am the speaker, it is not for me to tell the audience what kind of communicator we are, but rather for the audience to somehow know what kind of a speaker we are, whether I am analytical, I am intuitive, I am functional, I am personal. But in this kind of project, in my understanding, we are not there to prepare a speech for us to define or to let the audience know communicator we are. Let the audience realize on the kind of communicator you are. Like if you are a soft-spoken, you are more on virtual, like doing the messages on the Facebook. That was that part of the speech that I really wanted. But going to, I believe that kind of definition of the kind of communicator is not, in my opinion, it is not what is the objective is letting us to define. Other than that, I believe Toastmaster Herman, this time that I evaluate you, and every time that I evaluate you, I see something. You have that, really. You just have to have that kind of addition. And I am sure during our contest, you will be one of the contestants that we will have. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Test Villanueva. Always distinguished Toastmaster Test will evaluate. There is no really lackluster moment, and we really learned a lot from her. Toastmaster Herman, you're oozing with confidence, and you are one of those that we are looking forward to represent our team, and we just need to sharpen the saw. All right. Now, going to our third evaluator, let me call Toastmaster Vicky Ginto to evaluate Toastmaster Ben Consolacion. Toastmaster Vicky.
Right, so first and foremost, I would like to congratulate our speaker number 3, Toastmaster Ben Consolacion. It is my honor and my pride to evaluate your work today. I'm so excited to deliver my evaluation about your speech. First and foremost, I'm so happy to hear that your proposal will help a lot in the growth and retention of our team. This is not only for Toastmaster Herman, who is the Vice President in membership, but this will also help everybody here in the Toastmasters meeting. First, let me congratulate you for that successful speech because you presented us a proposal that will grow and retain our membership here in Toastmasters Club. With your speech, we're able to have an idea on how we can invite members, on how we can improve the number of of attendees every time we do our Toastmasters meeting. I have two points of improvement that I would like to suggest for you this afternoon. One is, of course, with all the deliveries, you were able to present us the steps, what to do, like conducting a membership drive, implementing a retention program, analyzing the reason for missed meetings. So all these things will really help us, and you are successful with presenting this kind of proposal, right? But for points of improvement, I have 2 points that I would like to suggest. One is for content, and the second one is delivery. For the content proper, it could have been better if the content of the speech will be, especially in the middle part, in the body of the speech, it would be better, or maybe it could have been improved next time, to point out all these major ideas. All right, chop it up into 3 major points, and each major idea you have to support ideas that would give us a very unique information about your major point. For example, another one is using a signal word, so that signal word that will help us understand that you are on the next part of your idea. For example, you mentioned about conducting a membership drive. So what shall we do in order to have this? The second part, or the second point that we would like to propose, is implementing a retention program. So what shall we do with this retention program? So it's more of organization, the content only. With regards to the delivery, I believe, in my opinion, if you don't mind, it would be better if you have stood up as you deliver that, because this is a proposal. One thing for sure is the thing that we have to see, you must be convincing, so that this proposal will be implemented as soon as possible. All right, so it would be better, I believe, if you are standing as you deliver, because in my opinion, proposal or presenting a proposal must be convincing, so that each member will be able to make a decision right away once it is presented to the body. So I believe I want to hear more of your speeches. I love your title, Growth and Retention. It is not only about becoming in Toastmaster, but we can also align it to what we do in IMG, on how we can make our team big, and how can the members and leaders be staying in our team. So congratulations, Toastmaster Ben, and I'm looking forward to hear more of your speeches here in our meeting. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. What a great team of evaluators we have. And first, what is being seen here in our chat box, I was also moved by all the suggestions of Toastmaster Ben that I already called one execo meeting next week. Okay, I would like to thank everyone for being so flexible when we don't have the other role takers, and you are willing to jump in to get even dual roles. Thank you very much to our dear Toastmasters. And of course, I would like to congratulate our Toastmaster of the Day for the smooth flow of the program, and for our table topic master. Even though it's her first time, she was doing it like a pro. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Maribel. And of course, to our dear guests, let me thank TM Tracy and TM Alea. They are like seasoned Toastmasters. I was just struck with how they attacked the table topic session. Well done, Toastmaster Alea and Toastmaster Tracy. We are hoping this will not be the first and last, but we will see you both in our next meeting, and hopefully will join us in the IMGP1 Toastmasters Club. And of course, to our great team of evaluators. Though all were overtime, yet we learned a lot of how they give very powerful evaluations that our speakers will really implement that. Take those suggestions so that in their next speech projects they will become to be groomed to become our next champions in the speeches. After that, I would just like to remind about something like what we fall short for this meeting. Of course, we were 10 minutes late as we started 12:10. If we were already improved in the last meeting, and then we are back now to the 10-minute late. So please, if we can start on time. And I would like to remind everyone, as the agenda is already out earlier, if we are the role takers, if we can prepare to present what is our role, and that there will be no lackluster moment when we presented about what the role we are doing. So all our team will know about your different functions. And of course, we need to check our connections. Internet would be battery, because like as what we have seen, our national anthem was cut at the middle. And of course, for our table topics, you disappeared for a moment. But other than that, it was really a great session for today. And I would like to have a commendation to our Vice President for Education for this great summary for all the topics in the 7 habits to make this as a regular what you can theme for the last 7 meetings. Thank you and congratulations, Toastmaster B. With that, let me give the control back to our Toastmaster of the day.